Okay, we're on the back side of our assignment now. We're looking at consent of the governed. Consent of the governed is the idea that governments are created by and get their power from the people. So for this one, I think it's easiest to start with your written example, because then it gives you ideas of what to draw about for your picture. So the United States lives under the philosophy of, or the idea of, consent of the governed. How do we consent to our government in the United States? So I ask a follow-up question. The chief executive of our government is the president. How does the president know that they got their power from the people? How did we give the president the power to be the president? My guess is most of you know the answer to that question. So you could draw me a picture, tell me an example of when we consent to our government in the United States, we do what with our elected officials? How do they know that we've chosen them and given them the power? You could draw a picture of citizens taking action to choose a leader. That could be something you could draw, maybe a little ballot box. You could draw a picture of the people handing power in some form off to a leader and saying, hey, are we giving you the right to make decisions for us? You could draw a picture of what it's not. You could kind of use one of those no symbols that sometimes we see with no smoking, the red circle with a line through it. And you could show sort of why Locke made this idea. He lived in a time where it was not common for people to give the governments their power. Instead, he lived when an absolutist had power. And we know absolutists claim their power didn't come from the people, it came from God. So maybe you could show an example of what it's not. It's not someone claiming to rule by divine right. It's someone realizing the people have given them the authority to rule. Those are the ideas for consent to the governed. 3 symbols, and make sure to fill out the example of how in the United States we give consent to our government in the written example.